What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing okay, guys and gals. We're out on the 95 in Nevada. I think we just come through Fallon, I think was the name of that town. We was on the 95 and hit the 80, went on out right outside of Reno, made a drop, hooked back up, came back to Lowe's and refueled and grabbed a shower. Feeling a whole lot better. That's another thing. Don't take a shower. Don't be the stinking dude in the truck stop, okay? You smell him from across the truck stop. His breath's terrible. Always got something to say. Just breathing that nasty stuff all in your face. Hey, don't be that guy. You don't, or gal. Don't do that. Make sure you take a shower. So, anyways, after that, we jumped back on the 95. Now we're headed to El Paso, Texas. We're just coming through Fallon back there, which took about 7 or 8 years. We got behind some old man in his pickup truck. We just cool, I guess, but my God, he was running like 12 miles an hour. It's funny to me, like, old people never seem to appreciate how little time they have left. You know, they're always in slow motion, but, you know, it's cool, no big deal. So we're gonna go down to El Paso and make a drop there.
Hopefully not get shot up.
Yeah, hopefully we get through there safe. We was reading on the news something about emergency, something or another, law enforcement, something about emergency security, something, I don't know. I have to read it again, but so hopefully we get through there. I guess I was gonna make a video today. I kind of heard something last week when we were at a truck stop. It's kind of been gnawing on me a little bit, and didn't know whether I should say anything or whatnot. But screw it, I'm gonna say it anyways, I guess. We had stopped in a truck stop and was in there getting Subway again. I heard a guy talking, a company driver, and he was talking about how the career ain't any good anymore, and he don't make any money, and you used to be able to retire from this career, but you can't really do that anymore. And then in the very next sentence, I heard him talking, his company wants him to go, up in the Northwest, and he ain't going in the Northwest. And in my head, I kind of giggled a little bit, but I've heard it quite a bit. Guys, I'll hear guys or whatnot talking, and they're not going up north, and they're not going to drive into Chicago, and they're not going northwest, and they're not going to drive this kind of truck, and they're not going to drive that kind of truck. If it ain't a long-nosed Pete, they don't want nothing to do with it. And then sit around and wonder why they don't make any money. It's kind of crazy to me. So, to me, basically the question to me is, how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to take it? Are you willing to do the things that other people won't do? Because when you do things that other people won't do, you're able to get the things that other people are not going to have. And it's just crazy to me that he was so stern about what he wasn't going to do. And first of all, if you're an owner-op or run on your own authority or something like that, you can choose whatever you want to do. You can make your truck payment however you want to make it. You're a company guy, especially a rookie, a new company guy. I just don't think it's the right decision to walk into a company telling them what you ain't gonna do. Okay? You're setting yourself up for failure. It's straight up common sense, you know? So to me, you need to be asking yourself, how far are you willing to go? What are you willing to do? You know? And if you're looking at videos or about trucking or looking into trucking schools and been researching on trucking, and it ain't popped into your head yet, that question of what am I willing to do? How far am I willing to go? You're already behind the 8 ball, you know? You come into this industry, especially as a company driver, and most likely you're going to start out as a company driver. You're going to do some things you don't want to do. You're going to go some places that you don't want to go. I don't know what they have against, you know, going up north or the northwest, or are you afraid it's going to be too hard? Or is it wintertime? You're just scared of the weather? I mean, I don't know what it is you're looking for. Is what I was thinking when I was listening to that guy talk. Well, you're not just going to be able to jump on the 10 and run the 10 every time you go out. It's not going to happen. You know, I don't know what he's looking for, you know. Sounds like he wants a $4 a mile gig running back and forth to his grandma's house and back or something. I don't know. I don't know what he's expected. So when you come with these basically demands about what I'm not going to do, you're limiting your range of motion, so to speak. You're cutting your own pay. Nobody's cutting your pay but you. Again, like I said, you need to be willing to do the things that other people's not going to do. Plus, that makes you more valuable to the company. Does that mean the company's not going to fire you when you screw some stuff up? Absolutely not. You screw some stuff up bad enough, and it don't really matter who you are. You're going to be doing the highway shuffle. But to me, it's just, I just hear the complaining sometimes, and it's just crazy to me. I just don't really understand it, you know. You say what you're not going to do, then complain about the pay you're getting, and it seems like it's always somebody else's fault. Never their fault. It's always somebody else. Or the boss don't like me because he wants me to go to Washington, or he wants me to go to Oregon, or he wants me to run up into Chicago, or he wants me to go up north, in the Northeast. So, you know, he's got it out for me. That ain't what it is, man. You gotta be able to,
You gotta come in like we did. Come in and within 6 months be one of the company's top runners, because you never say no. You're calling, and they're not calling you, you're calling them saying, where am I going? When am I leaving? You know, you're on the hunt all the time to find out what your next load is, and you don't let a moment pass without them knowing that you're ready to go.
Absolutely, and we've took some loads for the company that, you know, really wasn't something that we wanted to do. You know, our boss would call, and you know, and it's just pretty much yes sir. You know, he asked for a favor, you do him a favor. We ran a few loads one time as a team now that we didn't go 100 miles up the road. Now, there ain't a whole lot of sense in a team just running 100 miles up the road. And with the traffic and this and that, it ended up taking 4 or 5 hours to get there and back. Now, we ain't making no money off of that, but the boss man asked us to do it. Yes, sir. And, you know, that'll get in their head, you know, whatnot. But, you know, we're always ready to run. You know, wherever they send us, you know, we go up to the Northwest all the time. Man, ain't had a problem yet. We go up to the Northwest, you know, through the winter. Ain't had a problem yet. You know, if it gets too bad, weather-wise, snow-wise, we'll just shut down. You know, our boss man tells us his policy on chaining up is if you have to chain, you park it. and they'll pay you. As long as you got to sit there, they'll pay you at this company anyways. You can ask that, at a company. But you gotta be willing to work. They're not just gonna hand you a paycheck for no reason, which is, to me, seems what like a lot of people want that. If you're willing to put in the work and do the things other people won't do, you can make the money. The money will come. But don't say you're not going to do this and that and then complain about your paycheck when you get it. That's just crazy to me. But just be willing to work hard, and not have things handed to you. Willing to learn, willing to put in the work. Whatever your goals are. If your goal is to be an owner op, then be willing to put in the research on that. Be willing to research and ask questions to people that are owner ops to get yourself to that level. You know what I mean? You can't sit around and wait for somebody else to do it for you. That's just not a way to get it done. It's also a way to get bad info. You get info, you double check your info. Just research things. I mean, if that's your goal, if your goal is to be an owner op, it's not a bad goal at all, But how far are you willing to go? And if it doesn't work out for you as an owner op, are you going to blame somebody else? Or are you going to take responsibility? It's just, I don't know. Call me crazy, I guess. What do I know? But again, just be willing to put in the work. Just don't sit around and complain about not making any money, because it's there.
And it's not like it's hard work.
It's really not. Like I said, you do your research, pick your company. Driving the truck part it's not that hard. When you first come in, you'll have to get your body adapted, to driving 500, 600, 700 miles a day. But you'll build up to that. And when you go to a company, the company might ask you to team. Are you willing to do that? How far are you willing to go? Are you willing to team? Are you willing to stay out 3 and 4 weeks at a time? Do you have to be home every night? Do you have to be home every weekend? How far are you willing to go to succeed? It's on you to succeed. It ain't on anybody else. You research the right company, the one that fits you best, and get in there and work. It's on you. It's your name that's on the line. If you're showing up late for your stops, I mean, it's nobody's fault but yours. If you're stopping at every other truck stop down the road, or stopping off at the outlet malls, or whatnot. It's make the most of your name, I guess is what I'm getting at. Do what you're supposed to do, be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there. And your name will end up going a long way. Dispatchers will see that. Don't complain about somebody getting a better load than you. Just do the freaking load and work your way up. You're not going to come in right off the rip, making $1,500, $2,000 a week. It's just not going to happen. That's something you gotta work up to. That's another thing. Are you willing to only spend 10 hours in the sleeper if you're a solo driver? You shouldn't be in the sleeper no longer than 10 hours. You should park for your reset every day, set your alarm, and be up in 9.5 hours running down the road again, getting to where you're supposed to be, showing up early, calling the shipper, hey, I know my appointment ain't till tomorrow. I'm gonna be there early. Can you unload me? You know, go ahead and get this taken care of. I'll get out your hair. And then you on to the next load. You know, those are just little things about how you make money. But, you know, just...
And the key thing too is timing when you're going to go through certain cities. We've learned that, you know, on one of our trips, you have to leave at a certain time to run through certain areas at night, because if you don't, you're adding 9-10 hours to your trip.
Right.
And it's easier just to plan ahead and make sure that you leave in a time that's going to allow you to travel through those areas at the right time.
And that's all got to do with your trip planning. You know, you get your load, you're planning your trips. You know, are you willing to sit down and spend the time to plan your trips out right? Or are you just gonna punch it in the old GPS there and do whatever she tells you to do? You're kind of at her mercy then. But
Be mindful of the weather in the winter. You never know when you're going to have to detour and take a different route, and then it might, you know, cause you to have. We had one trip where we had to add 500 miles. That cost us a lot of time, but we left early enough that it didn't mess us up on our delivery.
right. You know, it's about planning ahead, but you know, for the most part, I just
Doing the work.
and doing the work, planning ahead and doing the work. That's it. I guess, like I said, I heard that guy talking and just bad mouthing and how he'll make no money and can't retire from this industry. And the next thing out his mouth was he ain't gonna run up to the Northwest. And yeah, there's a crazy sunset going on. That's pretty neat.
Turn the phone around.
But if you're willing to do the work, you know, and I mean grind. I think it was as Eric Thomas, E.T. said, everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. You know, everybody wants to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster shit. That's just pretty much how it is. So, you know, are you willing to put the work in? Are you willing to go the extra mile? Are you willing to team, you know, if the company wants you to team drive? And I'm not saying that you have to team drive. I'm just telling you there are ways out there to succeed and there are ways out there to fail. Which one you gonna choose? Which one are you willing to do? You know, it seems to me if you're away from your family, if you're away from your wife, if you're away from your kids, you should be busting, you know, you should be making the most out of that. That's your time away from your family. You know, you shouldn't be doing that in vain. You should be doing whatever it is you have to do to get them checks. Excuse me. Dropped my drink. Had a lid on it though, thank God. But just be willing to do whatever it takes. Once you get into this industry and you run these roads and you figure the industry out and you go through your research, your owner ops, and now you're owning your own truck and you might even run on your own authority, you can decide to run however you want to run. You know, you're the one that has to worry about making that truck payment. Just be willing to do the work. How bad do you want it? And if you're not willing to do the work, don't sit around and complain about it. Blame somebody else. And let me tell you something else about these trucks. When I was saying, well, I hear the guys say, you know, if it ain't the long-nosed Pete or if it ain't a Kenworth, I ain't driving it. These trucks are a tool. That is it. You don't have to have the truck with the gear shifter that's rubbing the roof, the raised roof, and you know, all the neon lights and all this and that. You know, is it cool to look at truck stops? I guess that stuff don't impress me that much. I'd be more worried about how it's running than how many neons are on it. I mean, if that's your thing, you know, it's cool. Everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their hobby, but these trucks are a tool, and that's it. They're a tool to get you the money that you're trying to get. If your goal in trucking is to own the long-nosed Pete, and by God, put the freaking work in, and I promise you, you'll get there one day. But that's not something that you need right off the rip. But you'll get there. You put in the hard work, you will get there. So that's pretty much my rant for today anyways.
Losing daylight.
Yeah, we're losing daylight. That sunset's really cool. Like I said, I heard that guy talking last week, and I don't know why, but it's gnawed on me ever since a little bit. So maybe now that it's out of my system, I'll feel a little bit better about it. We're gonna get on down the road to El Paso. We'll check in later. Y'all check us out on Instagram. It's Rigs to Riches TV. Also, you know, subscribe here on YouTube. Like, if you want. You don't have to. But we'll holler at y'all later, alright?